Welcome to the Humps headquarters, where we enjoy and play Black Desert Online. In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most important daily activities for silver gain and gear progression, the Guild Boss Raid, or GBR for short. I know most veteran and regular players are already familiar with this, but we had a huge influx of returning and new players recently, especially with the Hidden Ball date approaching and the 10th anniversary celebrations. This guide will surely be useful to let them get started in doing GBR. So let's get back to the topic. We'll cover the basics of doing guild boss raids. Depending on your RNG drops, you can earn up to 1.2 billion or more per day from these raids. Okay, what do we need to do to participate in a daily guild boss raid? If you are a new or returning player, finding a good and active guild is crucial. A guild not only offers support and community, but also an access for the GBR. You can do GBR in two ways, with your own guild or by joining other guilds as a war hero. Let's discuss running GBR within your own guild first. Your guild can conduct the raid if the members complete the required boss scrolls for the week. These scrolls are obtained by finishing up guild missions, and the well-coordinated guild usually runs a weekly GBR. If your guild doesn't, consider finding a guild that does, to help with your long-term progression. The other method is becoming a war hero. You can find server or world chats in-game from other guilds recruiting war heroes for their GBR run. They usually have a limited number of slots, so I suggest messaging the recruiting personnel quickly to secure a spot is needed. A GBR usually have a time schedule, so make sure that you are online within those hours. To start a GBR, press G to open up the guild tab and navigate to the guild boss subjugation section. Here, you'll find the 4 bosses of your guild needs to finish. The guild coordinator will typically announce the rotation order. In the guild that I joined as a war hero in this video, the rotation is Ancient Puterum, Ferid, Monster, and finally Khan. Click the Find Location button to get the location of the guild boss and auto path towards it. Important tips: make sure to park your horse in a safe spot so it won't get killed by the boss. You'll need your horse to quickly travel to the next boss. Tip number 2, remember to hit the boss. It will only give you loot drops if you manage to damage it or hit it a couple of times. Tip number 3, remember to turn on your pet as it will help you to get the loots much easier. Tip number 4, I trust that you will avoid the red indicator attacks as it will one-shot you if you have low gear scores. Once the guild manages to hunt down the first boss, check the guild subjugation list again under the guild tab, which is the G key on your keyboard, and then auto path to the next boss of the rotation. In this video, Ferid is the next boss on my GBR. Okay, now Ferid is defeated. Check the guild subjugation list again and auto path to the next boss, which will be Monster in this video. Now that Monster is done, you'll notice you can't auto path to Khan's location. That's because Khan can only be summoned at Aquila's Eye, which is out in the middle of the ocean. Important tips for the Khan raid: you can wait for the guild to use the CTG skill or call together to transfer your character to Aquila's Eye. I recommend using an alt character for this instead of your main. This way, you won't have to do this every time you do a GBR. Just switch to your alt when it's time for the Khan raid. I strongly recommend using an alt character since it's hard to get back to the mainland after the Khan raid. The guild coordinator usually announces how many minutes are left before the CTG will be casted, so switch to your alt character before it happens. Once the CTG is casted, a blinking flag icon will appear on the top right of your screen. Click it to start the transportation. Once transported, check the map to confirm your location. Speak with the NPC Sherariki, a guild manager NPC, to buy the cannon and cannonballs needed for the Khan raid. You can only buy these items if the guild gave you allowance. If you don't have an allowance, ask in guild chat for one. Scroll down and buy one Guild Monster Bane Cannon Assembly Kit, and spend the rest of your allowance on the Monster Bane Cannonballs. Once you have these items, autopath to NPC Catio as seen here in the map. Wait for the guild to open the Can Realm first. Check the guild tab by pressing G under Guild Boss Subjugation for the enter button. Once inside, place the cannon assembly kit by right-clicking it in your inventory. It will take some time to assemble. Then after it's up, add the cannonballs by pressing F5 by default key and right-clicking the cannonballs on your inventory. Now, wait for the guild coordinator to summon the guild boss. While waiting, you'll notice other players setting up their cannons near Can. I don't recommend this, and you'll see why soon. Can is summoned, use the cannon by holding the left mouse button. Hold it at the max gauge to hit the boss effectively. Remember, you need to hit the boss to get the loot drops. You'll see the health gauge on the top of your screen if you manage to secure the hit on the boss. Additional tip for using cannons. The cannonball logo will have 4 slots around it. Once it's filled, press X to activate rapid fire. There will be 10 yellow dots near the cannonball icon. This indicates you can fire the cannon much faster for 10 times. You can also use the right mouse button for a charge attack during the rapid fire. There are other methods by using black crystal cannonballs, but we are not going to discuss that in this video, since this guide is made for new and returning players to help them get started in doing GBR. Remember, I said I don't recommend placing your cannons near the can boss? Here's why. If you place your cannon near the can by mistake, move it under the big rocks to avoid his special attacks. Now that Can is defeated, run towards the center and join others on their cog ships to get to the loot spot. If you miss the ride, just swim to his carcass to get the loot. Remember to turn on your pet to help you collect the loot faster. After defeating all the guild bosses, it's time to sell your looted gold bars. Exit the realm by pressing G in the guild boss subjugation section and then exit. You can use your premium tent if you have one to sell the gold bars, but in this video, I sold them to the storage NPC. See, we made almost 1.3 billion silvers, a sweet and easy daily activity in Black Desert Online. GBR usually takes around 30 minutes or more, depending on the can raid duration. If you use your main character for the can raid just like I did in this video and need to get back to the mainland, kindly ask in guild chat and hitch a ride from the guild just like shown here. If they don't have a service, you can get an Etheria cog from the Pearl shop under mileage section for 1000 mileage points. This is why I recommend using an alt character so that you can just switch back to your main character and leave your alt at Aquila's eye for the next GBR. So that's it. I hope this guide helped you out. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to help the algorithm on my channel. You can also visit me on my live streams at twitch.tv/HumpsHQ and drop a follow to support more content like this. See you around, troops. Thanks for watching. Peace.